My name is Shay Stanford. I wanted to thank you, first of all, for jumping on live if you are on already. But I had some thoughts I wanted to share with you because there are some definite blessings and curses in business, right? And so I think a lot of times if we're not aware of the different scenarios, we can sometimes not truly make an informed decision. So what I would like to do is just take several minutes of your time and share some things to consider. Now, first of all, when I joined Beachbody almost 6 years ago, next month, it was interesting because back then it was more about everybody thinking this was a pyramid scheme and it was like Amway, and it was really trying to break through the mindset of network marketing and multi-level marketing in that it was a legitimate business. That was one of the biggest struggles that we had back when I started. The irony, the blessing, is now pretty much the last year to 2 years, people are way more open-minded to network marketing. And I think that's great because it is truly a way for people to have both financial freedom and personal freedom. The difference now, this is the part of the curse, is that because people are more open-minded, there is more of a demand in the industry. So a lot of business owners are creating a lot of startup companies, and usually it's usually 300 to 400 a year are starting. A lot of these startup companies are coming out and wanting a piece of the network marketing business. And most of us out there know the big names like Beachbody, Rodan and Fields, Young Living, Mary Kay, some of those names that have really, the companies that are the big name companies that are established and have really credible business models. And so what a lot of these younger companies will do to get a piece of that pie, right, is they really create a lot of incentives. They do a lot of front end stuff. And it's really important that we know the difference between maybe a really great new startup company and the person sharing it with us and ones that have been around a little while, because unfortunately there are these unfortunate situations where people will just kind of, what I call from my pharmaceutical days, they'll throw spaghetti on a wall and see what sticks. They'll throw anything on social media, they'll tell you anything and hope that it sticks, hope that you buy it, and hope that you don't question it. And so there definitely can be things out there that are legitimate, but there can be things that aren't. And so I'm going to hopefully help you today decipher between the two. So first, let's start with a business model. Is the comp plan itself set up for long-term stability? And you may not even know that, but here's some signs. If they're telling you it's a quick fix, that you can get rich quick, things like that, that's a flag. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. It has to be set up for long-term stability. And I can definitely say some of these top big companies are set up for long-term stability. You'll never hear us say get rich quick. You'll never hear us say it'll be easy or that it came without consistency and work. So successes come from staying consistent and creating your own success, period. So here's another question. Is the compensation plan front-loaded? Because I will tell you, with Beachbody, we do not financially get rewarded for signing people up. I could go to my clubhouse right now and sign up 100 people and make nothing. It's $40 to sign up. I don't see a penny of that. Now, if I sell product, absolutely I get commission from the product, but I am not at all incentivized by signing people up. And you know what? I love that. Because that to me brings people on my team with the right intentions and the right purpose, and it's not an ulterior motive for me just to get a quick commission off their sign up. And to me, that has a ton of integrity when I'm speaking with somebody about this business opportunity. How do I earn? We only earn at Beachbody by helping others create success. I'm gonna say that again. We only earn with Beachbody the big money by helping others become successful. And you know what? I like that because I'm bought in to my people. I'm bought into the people that are willing to work for it and willing to be consistent. I am not bought in to signing up 100 people and getting a commission, a front-loaded commission off of that. So The business itself, this business, Beachbody, is not based on time and tenure, but on your effort. And it's based on your leadership, and it's based on your consistency. So I will say that Beachbody's been around for 10 years, Team Beachbody, the network part of the business. And there are probably coaches that have been around for 10 years making about $50 a week. Truth be told, I'll be honest with you. But there are two coaches, I'll say their names, Jamie Fitzpatrick and Bonnie Engel. They've been around for just about 2 years, and they're making well over 6 figures. Bonnie Engel was just actually inducted into the Million Club. So at 2 years. Why? Why have they had that kind of success? Because they are duplicating more success with their people, period. And personally, I love that time at all is not relevant, but effort is. Why? Because I'm an entrepreneur. Time and feeling like you're entitled to more money, entitled to a raise, entitled to anything because of your time is an employee mindset. So if you feel entitled to any of that because of the amount of time that you've been around, you still think like an employee. Period. But effort's different. Effort is an entrepreneur mindset. If I'm thinking like an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter how much time I've been here or how quick I've been here or how long, it doesn't matter. It's all based on my freaking effort because I think like an entrepreneur. I'm not thinking like an employee that I've been here for 5 years and I'm not doing what so-and-so's doing. Yeah, I think like an entrepreneur. And let's face it, if you look around, not everybody is willing to be consistent or put in the effort. They say they will, but then they flake out after a few months or maybe a year. So this is important. The Federal Trade Commission labels pyramid schemes, you can look this up on Google, as a business with front-loaded, that's front-loaded where the majority of income is earned off signups. Personally, if someone was selling me something to get in early or get in at the ground level, I would run. Because to me, it screams pyramid scheme and it does not show me that it's got a long-term bona fide business model. Again, Beachbody is based on of how well you can help other people become successful. And personally, I love that because it's not icky and I'm not out to sign people up. And I definitely would be weary of any company that has a ground floor, get in now while it's early kind of sales pitch, because you know what? They all know the big companies, and we've all been around quite a while. But a lot of these smaller MLMs that are popping up right and left, within 18 to 24 months, will go out of business. And they'll fail. 18 to 24 months. And there's literally hundreds every single year that come up. So personally, if someone is, I would be nervous investing my time and inviting into a company that may not be around after the first couple years. So know that ground floor does not equate to business stability. Ground floor does not equate business stability. And I will tell you, Beachbody is 10 years old. It's old enough to work through the kinks, work through the problems, work through shipping, work through payroll, work through all of the kinks that new businesses have. And if any of you ever owned a business, there's a lot. So work through a lot of those, and it's more refined. But it's young enough to only have 350,000 coaches in all of North America, in all of the United States, and all of Canada. There are just 350,000. Very, very young. Nor has Beachbody even launched globally yet. And in case you're a numbers person, I will tell you the 350,000 that we have in all of North America, there's 324 million people just in the United States. So, proven track record, proven name for what we offer, proven products, proven coach network, and we've not even scratched the surface or gone globally yet. So those are the business things I encourage you to ask yourself when you're seeing a lot of these different posts on social media or talking to somebody at your kid's soccer game about what business opportunity they want you to join. Now, here's the second thing. It's very important to consider. Consider the source. Consider the source of the person speaking to you, whether it's on social media in a post or whether it is next to you at the ball game. And so I want you for a moment to think like an HR director. You are the head of your HR department, right? And you go and you have people come interview you, or maybe you're going to an HR department to be interviewed. I want you to think credibility. Does the person sharing this message with you have a track record of success themselves? Why would you want to invest your time and effort into a business with somebody who may not necessarily even have a track record of success? Maybe they are somebody who has jumped from one company, blame that company because they didn't have success, even though success has nothing to do with time if you're an entrepreneur. It has to do with duplicating success. But then they've jumped to another company, and maybe they're with that company and then still promoting even more products. So are they somebody who's jumping from company to company to company? Because if you're an HR person, that's a flag on a resume. Lack of consistency. So does this person presenting the opportunity to you have consistency of success, track record of success, and track record of brand, which I'll get to in a minute? What kind of maturity does that person have? Do they speak in big business? Do they speak in big vision? Have they showed a sense of maturity through struggle and heartache? What sense of maturity does that person bring to the table that is going to now lead you to success? And what kind of candor does that person have? Basically, that means, do they kind of have an angry energy, an energy that is just kind of full of blame and doubt and piss and vinegar? Or do they have a positive, light energy of hope that they're going to breed into you and their team culture they want you to join? Is their brand consistent? For me, if you've been following me, you know my brand is truly about helping people get healthy from the inside out, creating financial freedom away from corporate America. That's my brand. The products are what got me into Beachbody because I freaking love the products and I know they changed the life of a person. And if I have preached that to you for 6 years, how much credibility am I going to have if I go do something totally different against health and internal wellness? Are you going to trust me? Is my brand consistent? Or am I just pitching to you the next business that I'm in and the products I want you to buy? Is their brand consistent? Because that has to do with trust. And that trusting them that they have your best interest at heart from the products they want you to have in your home to make your life better, cuter, whatever it is that they're selling. But I would be wary of somebody whose brand keeps changing. Because how do you know you're going to invest your time and money into a business and their brand doesn't change again? So who you join with makes a huge difference. I wouldn't just jump into bed with anybody. I wouldn't just marry anybody. And I sure as heck wouldn't go into business with just anybody. Those are the kinds of questions you want to be asking yourself. So finally, I'll leave you with this. It's not the time, but the qualities. These 4 qualities that I share with my coaches day in and day out that will breed success. Patience. You got to have patience in business. You got to have patience through the good times and the bad times. You've got to find solutions and live in the solutions and have patience to see them through. You've got to have consistency. It's not, oh, I'm going to take 6 months off, a week off, a year off. It's showing up for your people every single day. Your people on Facebook you want to inspire, the people at the soccer games that you want to help them get healthier so that they aren't sweating to death trying to keep up with their kids at practice. You got to show up for your team, you got to show up for your own life, and you got to show up for your own family. Consistency day in and day out. Confidence. You've got to have confidence, and I will tell you what, as an entrepreneur in any freaking business, confidence will always be tested. People will try and bring you down, they'll try and deface you, they'll try and badmouth you, you'll question yourself if you're doing the right thing. Confidence. And the last thing to be successful in business is credibility. You've got to have credibility, or people are not going to follow you. They're not going to believe in you, and they're not going to stick with you. None of that, none of those 4 tips for success have to do with time or the business you're in. It has to do with you. And when you take that, if you don't have those 4 things, it doesn't matter what business model you're in, you still lack those 4 things, and will bring those same issues on to the next business and the next business and the next business. Patience, consistency, confidence, and credibility. Time's not an issue. So, because I don't like compliance calling me, I will tell you Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. And from the Team Beachbody coaching opportunity, each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill, not time. And you can see our statement of independent coach earnings if you would like. So, my name is Shay Stanford. Thank you for joining me live today. And as you know, I'm constantly sharing messages each and every day to help you refine your health, wealth, and quality of life. Take care, entrepreneurs.